Welcome. My name is Hannah Skeggs and I'm Nutrition and Scientific Affairs Manager at IGD. I'm going to take you through the brief history of food labelling in the UK. IGD is a charity. We work with food and drink companies to benefit the public, and we have a long heritage in nutrition labelling, as IGD developed the guideline daily amounts for nutrients displayed on the back of pack with our Industry Nutrition Strategy Group back in the mid-90s. Let me take you back. The history of food labels in the UK is brief. You might be surprised to see that the earliest legislation of food labels on prepackaged goods was only published 40 years ago, in 1979, when the EU General Labelling Directive came into force. The document was advisory, not mandatory, so standardised food labels didn't come until much later. In 1991, experts and the Committee on Medical Aspects of Food and Nutrition Policy, or COMA, set dietary reference values for 6 nutrients, 13 vitamins and 15 minerals. Fast forward to 1998 and guideline daily amounts were developed to communicate the government's nutrient intake recommendations on the back of food packs. This collaboration of government and industry was led by IGD, and it was the first time that the dietary reference value information was available at the point of sale for consumers to make informed choices. In 2004, the government white paper Choosing Health called for clearer food labelling to reduce obesity, which meant in 2005 IGD reviewed and extended the 1998 GDAs and published best practice guidance. This was a truly pinnacle moment because as a result, many supermarkets started showing GDAs on the back of pack. And Tesco's also started the process of revolutionising food labels by exploring front of pack labelling. In 2007, Europe's consumer policy strategy stated consumers need access to clear, consistent, evidence-based nutrition information, and this kick-started a huge regulation review, which was published in 2011 as the new EU regulation on food information to consumers. In 2013, the UK government also published a guide to front-of-pack nutrition information for pre-packaged products. So, where does that leave us? The current situation is that the Food Information to Consumers regulation has meant that having a nutrition declaration on pre-packaged foods became mandatory on the 13th of December 2016 within the UK and the wider EU. Front-of-pack nutrition information is optional, but if you do show it, you must do so in a way that is outlined by government guidance and regulated by the EU. So what are the rules for providing nutrition information on pack? Providing accurate nutrition information to consumers is a legal requirement of packaged food and drink products in the UK. The regulation covering all aspects of food labelling was published at the end of 2011, with the majority of the rules applying from December 2014 and making provision of back-of-pack nutrition information mandatory from December 2016. Previously, providing nutrition information was common, but optional unless a nutrition or health claim was made. But now all products must label the name of a food or drink, the list of ingredients, including its additives and allergens, as I'm sure you're aware this is a critical piece of information in place to protect consumers, the weight or volume, the date mark, storage and preparation conditions, a name and address of the manufacturer, packer or seller, so that if a consumer has any issues with a product, they know who to contact, the country of origin and place of provenance to ensure traceability of that food, and finally, but importantly, the nutrition information must be provided for a set of nutrients in a clear and ordered way that most of us will recognise as nutrition tables. But what about front of pack labelling? Well, as I've already mentioned, front of pack nutrition information is voluntary, although there is guidance around the format and colours that should be used. The Food and Drink Federation estimates that front of pack labelling is now available on around 80% of pre-packaged products in the UK, with the preferred traffic light labelling with colours now available on 2/3 of the products. The UK really has become global leader in front of pack nutrition information, and there has been a massive investment from the food industry to do this. However, we know there is more to be done to encourage consumer understanding and use of this information. To find out more about this, why not watch our Shopper Insights video? Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, my email is available on the screen.